Hello, it's May 8th. Okay, courage to change. Let's do this. Yes, but these two words have become a signal to me that I'm refusing to accept something over which I'm powerless. My world is rich with wonderful gifts, beauty, a loving fellowship, and challenges that strengthen and prepare me for a better life. Is it worth it to deny these gifts by wishing things were different? Will it make them change? No. I prefer to accept them gladly, enjoy them thoroughly, and humbly accept the reality my higher power offers without any yes buts. The harsh tone, the unkind word, the apparent indifference of one another is usually over in a few minutes. What price am I paying by holding on to those few minutes? I don't have to like reality, only to accept it for what it is. This day is too precious to waste by resenting things I cannot change. When I accept everything as it is, I tend to be reasonably serene. When I spend my time wishing things were different, I know that serenity has lost its priority. Today's reminder: while I am responsible for changing what I can, I have to let go of the rest of it if I want peace of mind. Just for today, I will love myself enough to give up a struggle over something that is out of my hands. You know, I like that reading. I have a little story to tell you that makes me think of this. It's I don't know if this is even going to make sense to you, but I'm just going to share it because that's what these book studies are for, what it brought up for you. So I have a very good friend. His name is Gordon. And he, the very first time I met him, he told me about this concept he has about playing dead. And he likes to pretend like if he wasn't in the room, everything would be going on without him. And it released him from the need to say something and try to control it. He could be in a state of total powerlessness if he played dead. If he just, watch the show, don't be the show kind of thing. And, I never really understood what he said. I mean, he told me, the time that he told me this, we were downtown. I ran into him. I didn't go downtown with him, but I ran to him in Palm Springs, California. And we were at a street fair, and that's where they take Palm Canyon. It's like a village type town, a touristy town. So they take downtown and they block it off from one end to the other end, and they have all the street vendors. And so it's really fun. Like there's food and there's music and there's a lot going on, and there's palm trees that line the street. So it's like very, very cool, and tons of people. People are selling their little crafts, and you know what a street fair is. So one night I go down there by myself. I'm just walking. It's beautiful. The stars are out. There's a little breeze. It's Palm Springs, right? It's not 120 because it wasn't the summer, thank God. So, Palm Springs has its ups and downs. So anyway, I'm walking along and I run into my friend Gordon, who's here from Canada. And it was kind of weird to just bump into him like that. And he said to me, can you imagine, if we were dead? And I was like, what? He said, look around. If we weren't here, let's say we were a couple of angels watching this, all these people would be here, even if we weren't. That guy over there would be buying a corn dog. Those people would be buying a toy. And it shifted my perception. I guess I thought, I don't know what I thought. I guess I really kind of thought in the sense that this is my world, right? And I only thought about that. I am here now, so all these people are doing this, and this is my reality. And the reality is, if I wasn't there, all of this would be happening anyway, right? So there was really no need to control anything or really even participate, just watch and enjoy. And that stuck with me. And it kind of got me into one of those weird philosophical things, like that philosopher who said, when you leave the room, everything disappears. And the only time it appears again is when your awareness is there. Anyway, that's what it did. It started tripping me out. I was getting tripped out, playing dead, right? But then I went on an airplane and I was flying, I think I was flying to Canada to see a friend of mine. And I was flying, and the first thing I get on, and I'm a nervous flyer anyway. I mean, I used to be a nervous flyer. So I got on the plane, and the first thing the guy says is, it's going to be a bumpy ride. The pilot, it's going to be, folks, it's going to be a bumpy ride. We, just came from there. There's turbulence. We're going to keep the seatbelt sign on. Oh my God. It was like someone was walking me to the gas chamber. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, why tell me right now? It's one thing to tell me when we're already in the air, but we haven't left. So I was like contemplating, should I run off the plane? Should I run off the plane? And I thought, oh, Karen, you're just being silly, right? Now, the old me, years and years ago, would have just had a couple drinks and been fine. But stone cold sober, I was a little nervous. So we get on the plane, we take off, and sure enough, this guy was right. It was beyond bumpy. Stuff was flying out of the overhead bins. They popped open. They didn't bring the card out. When I see the card, I feel good because I know everything's going to be okay if they're serving drinks. No card, no stewardess, everybody's in seatbelts. Please leave your seatbelt on. Babies are crying. It was one of those flights, and I'm holding on to the seat. I'm just like, holy shit, we're going to die, right? And then the thought occurred to me, wait a minute. If I wasn't here, this would all be happening anyway. Like, detach. Like, this is not about me. This is just a bad flight. This isn't the day Karen dies. And when I decided, like, this would all be happening if I was at home watching, The Big Bang Theory, or, whatever I've got on TV, and I'm doing some work or something, this would all be happening. Like, there's other bad flights going on in other parts of the world. Like, this is really okay. Like, this is going to work out one way or another, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I can either freak out, like I could control it, like what am I going to do, run up there and take over the plane? Hello? Or can I sit back in my seat and trust that this is exactly the way it's supposed to be? Like, this would be happening even if I wasn't here. And that gave me such a sense of calm, peace of mind. I mean, I just immediately was like, sat back in my seat, watched things flying around the cabin, decided there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. This would be, if this plane goes down, it would have gone down with me on it or not, right? It's not about me. And I just kind of detached, and it was funny because it smoothed out after that, and we landed, and I thought, wow, that was so bizarre. I was able to kind of detach from that situation. I was able to accept everything the way it was, right? No, this would be fine if this happened, and this would be great if this happened. I just stayed in the moment, and I let go. And I just decided this would be happening if I wasn't here, right? And I've used that little trick. There's something about that word, play dead. I see a lot of little dog just on his back to get his belly rubbed. And I've used that a lot. When I can't accept things the way they are, with people, places, or things, or traffic, or anything, I just flip over on my back and let my belly be rubbed. I just think, you know what? This is all going to be the way it's going to be. It's just been a great way for me to detach. And I don't know if that's going too off topic. I'm sure that's not what you got out of the reading. I'd like to hear what you got out of the reading. But, when I don't like reality, I have to think, it's got nothing to do with me, what's happening right now. And I gotta just detach. So that little simple phrase, that little picture of the dog playing dead, rolling over and just going, boom, is a good one for me. It just helps me. Immediately, it makes me detach. You know what I mean? Like when I'm ready to get into it with someone, when I'm ready to say something that's none of my business, man, I think just play dead. Like, pretend like you're not, we're just going to watch the show. We're up here looking down on this, scene in Walmart. You don't need to get in the middle of it. Anyway, I don't know if that makes sense. My mind jumps around a little bit, but I'd love to hear what you have to say. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.